it's just I'm writing a paper. This is through service. Okay, so I'm writing a paper on the paper side of it is on the more biomedical and technological side. So how HIV or how the treatment has helped HIV. How we've gone from the days of like Magic Johnson where he had to take 20, 30 pills a day to what it is. Yeah. Okay. So, and then this one is just another component where it's a video, just an interview on how it's affected you, stuff like that. And then I'm doing also the letter that will be incorporated, and then I'm also doing interviews of a couple of people around the dorms, just what they know on subjects. I think that our generation is very uneducated. So, because there's the STD rate in our generation is very high.
Right.
So we'll just have you start. Your name, obviously.
It's Jerry.
Jerry, perfect. What do you do for a living, Jerry?
I work at Valley View Assisted Living with elderly. I give them medication.
Perfect. And you have HIV, correct? AIDS, is that, no?
I was diagnosed in 2006 with HIV, and as of 2011 I started medication, and I am under treatment.
Wow, congratulations. And medication, what's that like?
It varies day to day. Some days it's a depressing thing, other days it's a reminder that I am still have another day.
That's great. And like you said earlier, just one pill a day now?
Yeah, I take a tripla, which is 3 meds and 1 pill.
Okay. Okay. So going back to when you first found out, how did you react initially? Well, it's like as soon as you found out, what was like your first thought?
Okay, so I knew the person that had it, so I had a feeling that I had it. When I was diagnosed and they actually told me I had it, they kept talking, but the only thing that was ringing in my head was you're HIV positive. When I left the clinic, I wanted to drive my car from the clinic. So, I mean, there's a lot of emotion, even though I already knew in a way that I already had it. I still
just kind of feeling that, like once they tell you, it's for sure, right?
Yeah, because I figured I'd come to terms with it already before I had the diagnosis, but I didn't.
Was that, would you say, the scariest moment of your life, or one of the top 10 or top 5?
The scariest moment was having to tell my partner that I was doing.
And just to see how he would react, right?
Correct.
So take us through that. How did that go?
I called him. He came, and when we first started dating, I told him that there was a possibility that I had it. So he had a somewhat idea, but when it actually came down to it, I figured he would take my off board, but he did.
Okay.
And here we are 6 years later, and we're still together.
That's great. Was he the first person you told?
No. My best friend and the person and my roommate was the first person I told.
Okay. So how did your family react if you told them?
Okay, so my best friend told his sister.
Okay.
And his sister opened her mouth and told my dad and my sister, because my best friend is actually my sister's stepson.
Okay.
So they already knew, but they waited until I told them, and then it was just, okay, whatever, I knew.
Okay. So what would you say the toughest thing, having to say now that you're HIV positive, what would you say the toughest part about it is?
Right now, taking my pill on a daily basis.
Okay. Is it just like a constant reminder to take the pill, or is it just a constant struggle with that?
The pill is a reminder of what I have. Some days I don't want to remember.
Nah, I can see how that would why you wouldn't want to take it, right?
Right. So, I mean, it varies day to day, but like I said, it's just a daily reminder that I have to go through.
Okay. So when you were diagnosed in 2006,
Correct.
so between that 5-year span of before you started taking the medications, was it just not bad enough yet, or why did you start in 2011?
Doctors wanted me to start sooner because of my CD4
Okay.
and my viral load. They kept yo-yoing up and down, and they were not staying
Where?
consistent.
Yeah. Okay.
So they kept bringing up meds, and I kept procrastinating. Well, let's see what the next blood draw is. Let's see what the next blood draw is. Only because of all the movies and everything I've known about HIV, it's 20 pills.
Yeah. And
So-
that's
So I was not going to do that. Meds and I do not get along as it is.
okay.
So I did not want.
You don't want to add another, want to have that again, right?
Correct. So when they finally talked me into taking it, it was say June of 2011 was, and then in October of 2011 I was on detectable within 3 months.
Wow, that quick.
Yeah.
So were you, in that sense, were you glad that you started taking them? What kind of relieved, and also relieved that it was only one pill,
Yeah.
and it worked?
And it worked, yeah.
Okay.
However, you have other side effects that go along with that.
So what are some side effects?
See, my side effects are if I don't go to sleep after I take it and I get up, I feel like I'm drunk. I stagger around.
Okay.
Nothing, it's all fuzzy and blurry.
Okay.
Basically, that's really the only side effect I have. Other than sometimes I get nauseous, depending.
Okay. So it's kind of like taking other medications, but not so much as where it's like the dizziness or like the drunk.
Yeah. You also have to worry about the effects of it on your liver, your kidneys, just like
Okay.
other medications. But this one is kind of more complex because it's like radiation.
Okay. So how often do you still go see the doctor?
I go every 6 months now.
Every 6 months? Okay. And is there anything that forces you to go earlier, would you say? Any circumstances or
If
something?
I get the flu,
Okay.
my partner who freaks out when I get sick. And
Just make sure you go in and get it taken care of.
yeah. If I run a fever or I'm really sick for more than a day, then he has me in the hospital or in the doctor's office. So
Do you appreciate that, or do you kind of like not want that? I know that's a tough.
It's a both. I'm happy that he cares about me that way and wants to make sure I'm doing good, but at the same time, usually I can kind of tell, oh, I just have the flu. It's just it's nothing major, so.
Oh, you're fine.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
So yeah.
Okay. So when your family found out, did anything change? And like when you told your friends and stuff like that, did anything change?
My best friend kicked me out.
Really?
Yeah. My roommate, him and I got into a big fight, and he started using drugs and blamed it on the fact that I went and got HIV. So,
That's tough. Wow.
my other friend just said, "You better not die on me." Other than that, nothing's really changed with my friends.
Okay. So that's nice. I mean, in that respect, that nothing, like they don't treat you any different or anything like that.
No.
So you still do everything. Is there anything that you can't do?
No.
No, exactly. So you're just still living life and having fun,
Trying to.
trying to.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't drink. I quit smoking. So
That's good.
trying to be on the healthy side.
On the healthier side.
Yeah. Other than that, I can pretty much do anything.
Well, that's great though. They're staying on the healthier side and not. Does say addiction to like alcohol or like having a few drinks affect the taking the pill or not?
Not really.
Just a personal choice.
To make sure that you remember to take it.
To take it. Okay. Is there anything that you want people that are going to see this to know? Like, if there was one thing you had to say.
Not really. It's just like everything else. I'm no different with the disease than I was without it. I'm still the same.
Perfect.
I'm a little more careful, but nothing's different.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much.
Not a problem.